Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie. Welcome back to the Hi Bestie podcast. I'm Ashley,
And I'm Brooklyn.
and it's episode 8. Finally.
Yay! We took a little week off last week. We had
Yes.
some stuff going on, but excited to be back. I really miss it when we're gone a week.
I know it sucks being gone a week, but then again, it's nice because I feel refreshed and I have a lot of things to talk about since I
That's
haven't seen
true.
you in a week.
Yeah,
We won't keep doing that all the time, but
you know, sometimes we've got stuff going on. So, and this is like, I was just talking to someone. I was like, this is not our job, so we're just kind of going with it. But we're
true.
trying to be consistent. We are trying to make it big, you
Oh,
know?
100%. And I feel like consistency is key here.
Yeah, it really is. You could potentially be listening to this on Spotify,
Yes.
potentially a couple of other platforms. It was like so much work to get our podcast on Spotify. It was like
Yes.
jumping through hoops and doing. Apple was so much easier. You
It
just
really was.
post it, but Spotify, we finally figured it out. So if you're hearing it on Spotify, whoop whoop, let us know. Does anyone use Spotify podcasts? I don't know, but
Well, my mom would be really happy if we get it on Spotify since she doesn't have an iPhone,
true.
so
Yeah.
we would have Shannon at least.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
But
good.
yeah,
You
that
know,
was freaking hard. Like, if you guys
it
think that starting a
was.
podcast is easy, which I definitely thought it was at first, it
Yeah.
really isn't. Like, all of the stuff you have to do behind the scenes,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It is. But we're here and
We're
we're
loving
doing
it.
it. So, anyways, we're back. Why do we want to talk about why we were off last week?
Well, yeah, tell them what you were doing because you were a lot more fun.
Okay, so I'm sure everybody knows this already because actually no, you know what? But hold that thought. I say everyone knows this, but so on Apple Podcasts you can look at like analytics of where people are watching from and like who's like it doesn't show who's watching but
Good
like
point.
how many views we get or listens whatever and we have people from like all over the United States that were shocked. We're like,
Seriously.
we honestly thought that like it was just our friends listening. I keep saying watching, but listening. But there's like random people, and so if you don't know us, this is great. I love this.
Hi.
Yeah, literally. Hi, like
No, we have
come.
people in New York. I remember Maine was one of them.
Also, the Netherlands and
The
like
Netherlands.
Italy or something like random. I love that so much. Literally, I'm
It's
so
awesome.
glad
I'm
you're
like, "Ooh,
getting.
I wonder who you are."
I
And
know.
you can,
If you.
you can
Oh
see
my
how many
gosh.
people from each town are watching, and it's like, "New
Yes.
York, too," and I'm like, "Who are the
Yeah.
2 people in New York?"
Literally, if you're listening to this right now and you don't know us personally, please follow our Instagram, Hi Bestie,
Please.
and DM us and tell us where you're listening from because that's like the craziest thing ever. We were like
You would
shocked.
make our freaking day. We're at Hi Bestie Podcast. Please, please, please go to our
I'm
Instagram.
begging. I'm literally begging. So, anyways, that's been exciting. And we also have had like 2,000 streams, which is cool.
Yeah.
That may seem like nothing to anyone else, but for us, we were like, this is so cool. I haven't
No, I
checked in
think
like a
that's
week.
cool.
So,
We haven't even had
yeah.
10 podcast episodes yet, and,
Yeah.
we're just
People
doing our marketing on our own, so I think we should be
Yeah,
proud.
I think so too. It's so fun. Not
Yeah.
necessarily why we're doing it, but it's cool that
No,
like we low key put a lot of work into this, so
we
it's
do.
nice if people are actually listening. So, anyways, and another thing that makes me so thrilled is I'll have friends, like random friends that I don't talk to every day that aren't necessarily like my best friends,
Mhm.
acquaintances almost that will like send me a picture of them listening to the
That's
podcast,
so
and I'm like, I
cute.
love that so much. It's so cute. It makes my day.
I
So
know.
let
Everyone's
us
so
know if you're
nice.
listening. I know, so sweet. Anyways, all of that to say, if you don't know us, and some people obviously do not, we went to the University of Kansas and
Yes.
it's been March Madness, the basketball tournament. Well, our team, our alma mater,
Our
won the
Jayhawks, baby.
won the national championship. And so I know, literally insane. What a dream. It would have
So
been
crazy.
cooler if we were like in undergrad at school, but
Oh
in
my god, I
Lawrence.
wish. I would have died. Oh my god.
But honestly, for me, it was kind of sweeter because I got to like I've like missed KU and like been away from it for a year
True.
and around other people that aren't KU fans, and so it was really fun to like get to go back. So I didn't go back to Lawrence to celebrate, but I got to go to New Orleans, which was a freaking thrill.
It looks so cool.
So much fun. Got to go there with my best friend from Lubbock. Her name's Rachel. She went with me. I convinced her to go. And then my best friend Carly called me like 2 days before the final four, or before it was on Saturday. The national championship was on Monday. Calls me Saturday and is like, "I'm booking a flight to New Orleans. Can I come with you?" And I'm like, "Absolutely."
Where'd you
So
guys stay?
she got to come. We stayed like really close to Bourbon Street.
Oh, okay.
We just got like a hotel. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was amazing. I have like it was so much fun. It was such a short. We were there like 3 days.
that is awesome,
Um,
though.
and it was so like so much
What the heck was
happening.
the game like? Like, being there in person, I literally cannot imagine.
Yeah, it was well, obviously, it was crazy. I feel like, honestly, I love being at games. It's so fun, and
Mhm.
I'm glad I went, but I feel like you kind of get a better experience almost watching it on TV. You just, like,
Yeah,
hear more, and I feel like it's almost more but it was so fun. It was I mean, there's nothing that beats being there, but
right.
being there, like, we were, like, surrounded by some annoying North Carolina fans, and I was, like, gonna punch someone in the
Yeah.
face, which is hard.
Mm.
Um, but oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it's like real time, real life, so it was crazy, but
It's definitely
so
an
much fun.
experience, like, you can look back and say, like, "Oh, I was there in 2022," you know?
Crazy. Literally insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
It's
was
so
such a good time.
awesome. I didn't do
We
anything cool, but I literally went to Dylan's parents and just watched it with them.
Yeah.
But it was fun to be around, like, only Jayhawk fans because we were
Yes.
all, like, I mean, we were
Mhm.
all insane. Like, Dylan's brother was literally, like, screaming at the TV. Dylan was
Yeah.
screaming at the TV. I was screaming at the TV, and, like, it was awesome. When
Yes.
we won, we, like, all hugged each other. It was
Oh,
so
I love
awesome.
that.
And, like,
Yeah.
I've never hugged Dylan's brother, but I was like, "Yes!"
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's funny. It's funny because that's how I mean, we were even like that with fans, like, around us. We,
Oh, I
like, were
bet.
high-fiving, hugging, just,
Yeah.
like, freaking out. We don't even know these people. We're just, like, losing our mind. But it's also funny because in the middle so if no one watched the game or if you didn't watch the game, you so the first half of the game, KU was
Mm,
losing by 15, 16 points,
yeah,
and so at that point, Carly and I, like Rachel doesn't really care that much about KU basketball because she's not
mhm,
from there, but Carly is, and so we kinda looked at each other and we're like, "Uh-oh, like, this is
yeah,
scary." But I hadn't completely lost hope. I honestly was like, "KU's a second half team, like, we got this." But
true.
anyways, we were, like, sitting there and we're like, "Isn't it funny that, like, this is a basketball game and we're, like, this, like, kind of, like, upset and care so much about a freaking like, we're on a floating rock and we're watching people throw a ball in a hoop and, like, losing our mind about it." Like, we kinda had a reality check of, like, "Okay, like, if they lose, we're gonna be okay." Like, it's not the end of the
It's
world.
not the end of the world at all, but just
But you
something
get
about
so consumed by
I
it,
don't
like,
even
it's so
know how to
exciting.
explain it, but something about, like, sports and your team, like, it feels
Yes,
so intense. Like, I
it
can't
is,
even
yeah.
describe it. Like, the Chiefs, you don't like the Chiefs, but, like,
Yeah,
it's just crazy, and I don't even
yeah.
care about sports that much, but for whatever reason, when it comes to, like, KU and the Chiefs, like,
KU
I just
basketball,
lose my
I
mind.
just yeah, I have such a, like, heart for KU basketball, so
And that was our first championship since 2008. Like, that is
yeah,
so long ago.
yeah.
Ugh, yeah, that was awesome.
So fun, but anyways, I was out of town, we were all everyone the whole freaking state was celebrating,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we didn't have time to make a podcast, so sorry about that, but
Oh, yeah.
we're
There was
back.
literally no time.
No.
The world
Yeah.
stopped revolving, like
Honestly, yeah, it did, but now it's kind of over, and we're looking forward to next season.
I know. That excitement lasts about 1 weekend.
It really does, yeah, it's kinda sad.
Anyways, any other
Um,
announcements in your life? I have a couple.
yeah, well, the only other thing really right now yesterday, Phineas got neutered.
Yeah, poor guy. Oh my
So
god.
he's wearing a little cone right now, he's actually sleeping, and he looks so cute, he just lays in his cone, because it's, like, on his knee.
Yes. Yeah, if y'all
It's
don't
so
hear his
sad.
toys and all that, it's 'cause he's sad.
He's a sad boy. It's funny because yesterday I picked him up at, like, 3:30, and he was, like, knocked just, like, so out of it, like,
Mhm.
loopy, whatever, just from the drugs, but by, like, 10 o'clock last night, he was, like, himself and ready to play, and he slept all night last night, which I was shocked by, but then
Oh,
he's been, like, ready all day to, like, play, like, he wants to go
poor
outside,
guy.
I know,
And
it's
he
really
can't
sad.
for a freaking week.
No, for a week, he has to keep the cone on, and he can't, like, play. The vet said we can't even go on, like, a walk, like, a
That is
long walk.
crazy.
He's gonna like, he is an active we're active, so
Right.
he's gonna be sad, but
Ugh, poor
that's
Finny.
I know. That's
He'll
really the
make
only
it.
update, I think, yeah, that's my life. What are your updates, Kiki?
On our break, I went to I've never said this on the pod, but I'm having a new niece, I already have a niece, but my
Mm.
brother's having a baby, and
Oh my
she's
gosh.
due at the end of next month.
Your
I'm
younger
so
brother's
excited.
having a baby, which is crazy.
Yes, Major is having a baby, And,
Oh my
so I went
gosh.
to their baby shower, and the baby shower was beyond adorable, like, better
Oh,
than
who
I ever
put it
thought it would
on?
be. Her mom and her sisters, she has more than one sister, like, put it all together.
Cute.
Did you see the pictures? It was
Oh,
freaking
yes.
adorable.
I saw her, like, tag Major in some as well on Facebook, so I was looking through 'em. So
Yes.
cute.
It was so cute. Major was wearing a pink shirt, and then he bought these, like,
Oh.
Nikes with pink on the check.
Oh my gosh, he's
Yeah.
gonna be the literal sweetest dad. He's, like,
I
so
know.
excited. That's so cute.
Yes. And they finished the nursery, so he, like, showed us the
Oh.
nursery, and, like, he
That's what I actually, that's what I shared with you on Instagram, and you
Yeah.
said, "It's gone, I can't see it." Was it is it your bedroom? Your childhood bedroom is
Yeah,
now
my
at the
childhood
nursery?
bedroom,
Oh my
yes!
gosh, that's everything. That
They
was so
painted it
cute.
pink. It was so
That's so
cute.
cute. I could tell by, like, where the window was
Yep.
and the room and stuff, I was like, "I think that's her bedroom."
Yes.
How freaking cute.
My childhood bedroom is gonna be my niece's
Oh,
childhood bedroom, which is just insane.
stop. That's, like,
Right.
gonna make me cry.
It's so freaking cute. Like, the whole weekend, I was, like, on the border of
Oh.
tears, like,
Oh my
oh my god, no,
gosh.
Brooklyn, I meant to tell you, right when you walked into the baby shower, there was a little Dr. Seuss book, and they were like, "Write a letter to the baby." I literally, like,
Stop.
almost had tears streaming down
Started
my face.
sobbing? I would be.
Oh, it was just so
Oh,
wholesome. It was so fun. It was amazing.
wow.
I'm so
Is
excited.
she due pretty close to your birthday as well?
So, yeah, guys, my birthday is May 25th, and the baby's due date, I think, is May
Wait, I thought
24th.
your birthday was May 19th.
Ho, ho, ho.
Wait, her due date's the 24th?
Yes.
Shut up. What if she's born on your birthday?
Honestly, I wouldn't even care, like, that'd be so freaking
That'd be
cool.
the best birthday present ever.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I don't
Oh,
even, like, care about my birthday this year, like, at all.
you're kind of over it at this point. We're just kind of old, so it's like
23 is
whatever.
weird, so,
Yeah.
like, who cares? But, yeah, that's
Mm,
my little update. My family's
wow.
growing.
Oh my gosh, that's precious. Are
Yes.
they living together? The
Yeah, yeah, she
girlfriend lives
lives
there?
they live in my mom's house, so
Oh, I love
they're
that.
their own
I'm
little
so
fam now.
excited. That's so cute in the
I know.
freaking nursery. Ah, I love that. I'm
Yes.
so excited for him.
So
Yeah, well,
pure.
you'll keep us updated, I'm sure, on here.
Oh, heck yeah. We won't have a podcast that week for sure, but that's okay.
Oh, I think we could take a break for that.
Right?
Be
We have
exciting
to.
about it. Okay, what are you drinking? You're about to take a little swig of it.
Oh, yeah, so I'm drinking kombucha, guys.
This is
Synergy.
my wow face.
Yeah, she's so
Shocked.
shocked. Ginger ale. This is my second one of the day. I'm pretty sure that's, like,
Nice.
unhealthy, but
Oh, can you have too much? Because it's like probiotic. It's like
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
you're, like, not supposed to have too much, but it just tastes too good. I can't stop.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about
Well,
you?
I'm drinking a little. It looks like water, but it's a LaCroix. I put it in a cup and
Ugh, I
ice and
love
straw
LaCroix.
because it's always better out of a cup. I think everything is in a straw.
So good. And yeah, that's those straws, I need to buy those off Amazon still.
Okay, no, I'm about to buy them. Actually, I have money now. I'm just gonna do that after
I actually
this.
have money now.
I'm looking rich.
Why?
I'm
What
kidding.
happened?
Okay, actually, this is a long story, but I kind of want to share because it's a life update too. So I'm
Okay.
moving out of my apartment in like a month
Oh,
ish.
I didn't know that.
No, it's kind of a new development.
Oh.
And I interest. It's kind of an odd story, but yeah, I'm kind of sad because I love this apartment so much. But so this family that I met in Lubbock, I actually met them at the dog park. They have a golden retriever. Their names are Rick and Camille, and
Mhm.
they're like 65 years old, and they have an older son that's like 30 that lives in San Antonio, whatever. They've basically adopted me. I call them my grandparents
Mhm.
now because I started house sitting slash dog sitting for them, and then
Oh, that's that house that you okay, okay.
yeah, we just have such a good relationship. They're the best. Like Camille called yesterday and was like, "How's Phineas?" But they'll like
Oh,
text me and be like, "Bring Phineas over if he wants to play," or they'll invite me over for dinner, or they've taken me out to dinner. They're like legit just my grandparents. They're the best.
cute.
So, anyways, the Rick, the dad, my grandpa, quote
My
unquote
grandpa?
grandpa, my air quote grandpa, has to have a lung transplant, which is so
Oh my
sad.
god.
And so, um, so they're moving to San Antonio for like anywhere from 6 months to a year, and so they asked me to stay in their house because no one's going to be in it.
Oh
They
my
like
god.
need someone to take care of it, you know. So they're
Yeah.
like taking their dog with them, like all their stuff, but they have a house. So I'm moving into their house.
Whoa, that is weird, but, like,
Isn't
I
that
mean,
crazy?
cool. Wait, so
It's
what
really nice.
what about your furniture?
So I'm just gonna put it all in storage. They have like a basement and a garage that's gonna be unused, so I'm just gonna put it in there and stay there for as long as they
Crazy.
need. But I don't have to pay rent there, so I'm like about to save so much money.
Oh, I'm
So much
freaking
money.
jealous. Oh my god.
I am thrilled because my rent was going up here too, and I was like kind
Yeah,
of stressed
everybody's
about it.
rent, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
honestly.
jealous, dude. Me and Dylan's apartment, I'm, like, embarrassed of how much money our rent is, like, it's horrible.
Yeah. It's like it's like death like it literally like I can't
Like
even afford to live.
no, like, I don't think a lot of people can, like, our rent is
Yeah.
so ridiculous, like,
Yeah.
so that is awesome that you're not gonna have to pay
Yeah.
rent.
Honestly, it's such a blessing, and,
Heck
we were
yeah.
like I was, like, talking about it with my mom, and we were like, "They've been such a blessing to me, so this is just amazing."
Like,
And
take care of their house, and
glad I can, yeah, like, help them out in this way. So, anyways,
that
Phineas
is
and I
so
are
cool.
moving into a house and, like, a backyard and a doggy door. We're gonna be thriving,
That is
so
so cool.
I know. They're the best. They're the sweetest. I'll miss them, but
Amazing.
so, yeah, we may be in the middle of a move here in the next month.
That's definitely a life
So
update, significant
I
one.
kinda forgot about that. It's still, like, kind of in the works, like, I
Yeah.
haven't completely started. Yeah, so it's just but
Well,
anyways,
we'll be moving around the same time.
moving. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I
Let's
hate
do it.
moving so much, but
Great.
here we go.
Anyways, wow, so that was a long life update, everyone.
Yeah, that was a long intro. Should we tell them what the heck we're talking about today?
I think so. I think you
All
should.
right.
I think you should.
I'll go ahead. So
Okay.
today, guys, we decided we're gonna discuss mental health. Sorry, I'm
Mhm.
very awkward about this. Um,
Today's topic is going to be
I know
mental
I feel
health.
like I have to get serious all of a sudden, but we don't have to be like
No.
serious at all.
No. Yeah.
Brooklyn and I are both anxiety freaks.
Yep.
We both had a lot of struggles with anxiety, and we
Mhm.
just thought that people could relate, and so we want to talk
Yeah.
about it and be open about it so that people,
Yeah.
don't feel alone in their struggle.
Yeah. For sure. I feel like it's becoming more
Mhm.
normal,
Yeah.
if that's the word, or at least just more talked about. But I feel like
Yeah.
past generations, like even like our parents and stuff, it was very like taboo and no one spoke about it. And
I think it still
honestly,
is with them.
yeah, totally. And Ashley and I have no like answers. We're not
No.
professionals at all, but we just want to talk about like our experience and some things that have helped us.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that because I do want to put the disclaimer out there. We
Yeah.
aren't professionals. We're in the thick of it kind of still. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah. I
just, we're
feel
just here
like
to chat.
yeah, for sure. It's such a I think a lot of people could probably relate because this point in our life is weird and changing and just a
Yes.
lot going on, and even like hormonally, I feel like we're still evolving and changing as women, and so
Yeah, seriously though.
a
Like
lot's just going on.
a
So
lot goes on with your body. Like I feel like as you get closer to 30, so
mhm,
oh my
yeah,
God, that is disgusting.
sick and wrong. We're not there yet. We're not
No,
getting
you're
close.
right.
So
You're
don't
right.
even talk about it.
You're right. You're right.
But
But
yeah,
anyways, I did the whole self-care routine, this or that on the Instagram because I figured like towards the
yeah,
end we can kind of lighten the mood with like
yeah. Good,
share the
great.
results.
So we'll get deep and
And then go back
sad
up.
first. I like it.
Yeah.
So join us on the downward slope of our journey,
And
and then
then we'll go back up from there.
we'll we'll bounce back.
Well, I think one of the topics about mental health that people really don't like to talk about, and I think a lot of people actually disagree with, is antidepressants. Let's
Hmm.
just start there.
Yeah.
Um, I was like super scared about taking them. Brooklyn and I both do, right? You still do?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your experience like with those? I feel like we talked a lot when you first started, and now I'm not even sure.
Yeah. Well, and also if no one has listened, I think we talked a little bit about our mental health journeys.
I think we did a little bit.
A little bit in one of our podcasts, but for me, just a quick synopsis of it. I have always had like anxiety. That's
Hmm.
always been a thing, but it's always been bearable. Um, and I've just been able to like figure it out. I've gotten really good at like pinning down, like realizing what I'm anxious about, like being aware of it. Because a lot of times I'll just feel anxiety and be like, what am I anxious about? And I've gotten good
Hmm.
about being like, it's this, and then like trying to talk through that. But I moved 8 hours away from home, graduated, like
Yeah.
just a lot of change. Started a new job, got a puppy, like all of this stuff, and I think my body just like freaked out in my mind, and I started having panic attacks. And when was this? Like August, maybe July,
Hmm.
kind of out of nowhere, and had never experienced those, and so it was like scary. And
Yeah.
it was like
That's scary.
I had a few at work, and I'm like on TV, and so I can't be having panic attacks at work.
Yeah. True.
And so that was like, I got really scared really quick of like, okay, I have to get this under control because I can't let this affect my job.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that, and I think that this is something to be said, that my anxiety is more like not situational, just
Same.
like I in those moments I mentioned that I'm good at pinning down what I'm anxious about, but like in those moments and in that period where I was having really bad anxiety, like there was nothing that I was like anxious about, like a
Mm.
certain thing. Like it was like just my chemicals were off, like I don't know, just weird. Like
Yeah.
I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel. I think that's another thing is people think you're like depressed and anxious.
Yes.
Like I wasn't. I was like literally like honestly doing well. Like I didn't feel
And
sad. I
that's
wasn't
what sucks about
feeling.
anxiety is because you're like, "Okay, I'm not even, like, unhappy," and that's how I
Yes.
felt because I got anxiety really bad. I said I got it like it's a freaking disease, but I
Yeah.
was experiencing it around the same time as you. It was when I
Hmm.
moved to Kansas City, which I know isn't a big move, but, like, still.
Yeah.
Um, I started graduate school.
Hmm.
Dylan, like and I really couldn't hang out because he's so busy, like, just a lot of life changes, and also, like,
Hmm.
I feel like my friend group, like, has just like a whole different dynamic now, and that was just like
Yeah.
a lot for me all at once. And
Hmm.
so for me it was hard to literally just like sit through a class without like feeling like I couldn't breathe. And like
Yeah.
just simple everyday life activities were
Yeah.
completely overwhelming for me. And it
Hmm.
was like to the point where I was just like miserable doing things like going to the grocery store, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
not acceptable at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. It's weird how it can be not like a huge thing that makes you anxious. Like I used to get anxious. I guess what I'm saying is I used to get anxious for like taking a test. Like I would have like
Oh
anxiety about
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
or like anxiety about like having a presentation or like meeting
Normal.
someone new,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. But this was like nothing has changed necessarily, like immediate changes or nothing like immediate, but just like a long term, I guess,
Yeah.
just a lot of changes. And so um, yeah, so I quickly was like, okay, I have to, for me personally, I was like, I have to get on medication because this is affecting my job.
Mhm.
And sure, I could probably like work on it and, over time, like overcome it probably, but like I can't allow this to, I have to work. Like
Yeah.
I don't have any other option. So I was like, I have to get on some sort of, so I went and saw a doctor and, told them what was going on. And they were like, absolutely. So I got on Lexapro,
Mhm.
and it was you'll if you ever like are on it or you have been or whatever, they say it like takes a while to work, and so it's not like an immediate you take this pill and you feel great.
No, it's
It was
not.
like it was a process because they have to maybe have to change your dose or change the medication, like whatever. I didn't really have any side effects from it, which was good. And I think another thing that I was worried about that I had heard is that you can get on like an antidepressant or whatever, and um, become like numb to the world, like just kind of like
Yes.
not.
Yes.
And I know people that are like that, but they have really low lows, really high highs, and it's more just like evens them out, so they don't really experience lows or highs,
Mm.
which I was really nervous about. But I've been on it now since October, no, September or August, and I don't feel that way. Like I still feel, I
Good.
genuinely feel my best now. Like it's taken me a couple of months, but I noticed a change of like I can breathe. I can.
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
having panic attacks. I still get like little periods of anxiety, but it's like bearable. Like I can deal with it, and it's not like overcoming. I'm not having
To me,
panic
the
attacks.
benefits of it are, like, literally just being able to, like, take a deep breath and realize that things are gonna be fine. Like, it's not
Yeah.
like you just, like, suddenly are, like, this, like, super happy person, like, it's not like
No.
that. It's
Yeah.
just, like, your body allows you to, like, calm down, and it just
Yes.
feels so much better because you're not, like, constantly in, like, this fight or flight mode, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I mean, I had a
Crazy.
lot you're lucky you had no negative side effects. I had a lot of negative
Hmm.
side effects, and I had to switch meds a couple times,
Yeah.
because I would just, like, get nauseous and amongst other things. But I finally now I don't wanna talk about all of it, but I'm finally now at a point where I have a prescription that is, like, good for me and it works, so,
Yeah.
I'm also doing a lot better, thank God,
Hmm.
but
Good. Yeah. It's funny how also before being on it, I feel like I didn't really know anyone that was taking. I had like
yeah,
one of my best friends I knew was on medication, and then even like talking to like my mom about it, she started talking to people about like me getting on it, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this friend is actually on it, and this friend and this friend." It's like no one really talks about it until you start talking about it, and
yeah,
you're like, this is so normal. And
It's way
not
more
that,
common than you think.
yeah, I guess I shouldn't say normal, but it's more common, yeah, because you feel like kind of weird and yeah, but
It's
it's
really
like a
it's
lot
not
of
that weird.
people need it, and I think it's interesting how I genuinely believe that like our generation, yeah, there's so many people on it, and I think a lot of people kind of, I think the older generations think it's almost like you guys are wimps
Your
and I
cop
can't.
out.
Yeah, yeah, like you can like exercise and do other things to get over it, but it's like also we have our there's like just so much more going on in our lifetime.
We're
I
constantly
feel like
stimulated with this and this and this, like
yes,
all
yeah,
day long.
yeah, totally.
Also, I
So
tried the whole natural route. I thought about
yeah,
this for over a year. I would like work out every day. I would eat healthy, all the shit they tell you to
yeah,
do, and it just didn't work for me. I think it works for some
right,
people, but
yeah,
mine was just too bad. It didn't work.
mhm,
So, I don't regret
yeah,
it. I actually am really glad that I did it.
yeah,
I don't think it's for everyone, and I totally understand if people aren't comfortable with it, but
yeah,
if you do decide to do it, you don't need to be, like, ashamed or
yeah,
embarrassed.
yeah. I feel like we should have the disclaimer that don't hear us saying like, "Go get on medication
Yeah,
if you're
no,
having
that's no,
anxiety,"
no.
because I think that if you can handle it without medication, that's so much
And
better.
it's a
Like,
big decision. It changes chemicals in your brain. Like, you shouldn't
yeah,
just go and do it for no reason. Like,
right.
definitely think about it, do your research, like,
Yeah. And I
but
hope that someday I don't think I'll have to be on it forever. Like I hope that someday I can level out and get
definitely.
off of it. Like I don't think I need it forever. I never needed it before in my life. It was just like a lot of change and you kind of just needed something to balance it out while I'm like adjusting to the
Oh,
change,
yeah.
I feel like.
I totally agree with you.
So,
I feel like by the time I graduate, I would love to start weaning off of it, but
yeah.
while I'm in school, I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good to not change it if it's working.
Right. If it ain't
Do
broke,
you
don't fix it.
literally was there anything that you tried or even I guess things that like you kind of also do that help with anxiety or depression or things that you feel like just boost your
That's a good
mood?
question. Yeah, for sure. This might sound cheesy or whatever to people, but I love to meditate at yoga.
Mhm.
That
Mm,
like calms me down, and I think that that really helps.
mhm.
Obviously exercise, but like, ugh,
Yeah. No, it's so cliche, but
it's
I
true.
remember no, I remember going to the doctor and being like, "You need to exercise," and it's like, I you feel so much better. Even like going for a walk, like I would
Oh
take Phineas
yeah,
for a walk and be like, just breathing, like not being. I think also not being on social media, not being on your phone, that was
yes,
something big that I could just like feel myself being more anxious being on social media
yeah,
like in those moments and it's so hard to not but I remember having to like delete stuff or just get off my phone
yeah,
but I
totally.
think that's something that helps also with when you're working out or going for a walk is that you're not on your phone and you're just like
Oh my god, yeah.
breathing and like
That's the thing about yoga is like it's all breathing and it's in a hot
mhm,
room, so I'm sweating my ass off and it just feels
mhm.
so good. Dylan literally asked me yesterday. He's like, "When do you feel less anxious?" Because we were like analyzing myself, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Yoga," and he was like, "Yeah, you don't have your phone. You're in a room with other people, and you're just like
yeah,
breathing." I'm like, "Yeah, that's
yeah,
so true."
yeah. You're not surrounded by so much going on and
No, it's very calm, very
you're
peaceful.
focusing. Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
What about you? When do you feel less anxious?
Um, definitely like working out.
Hmm.
Not necessarily. I don't work out a ton. I have started working out actually. Guess what? I started. I guess this is kind of a life update too. I joined this kickboxing
Oh, that
place
sounds so fun.
called Rockbox,
Uh huh.
and my friend was going, and she invited me to class, and I freaking loved it.
Really?
And I joined the place, and so I get to go like as much as I want. And I also am gonna start teaching. They needed instructors, and
No
so
way.
yeah, I'm gonna because I have like 3 days off during the week, and I'm bored out of my mind during
Yeah.
those days. And they needed someone. And I was like, I would do like a day of classes, like teach, because it's so easy. You just tell people like it's like a Rockbox is kickboxing, actual like
Uh huh.
hand boxing, and then it's like a hit workout all in
Okay.
one. So we'll do like agilities and we'll do like weight
Mhm.
exercise, like body weight exercises, and it's very fast paced and hot and sweaty. And then you're
That's
punching.
perfect.
It feels so good. I like literally love punching. That's like the most therapeutic thing ever. I love punching
I'm
the
not
bag.
shocked that you love that. Like just knowing you, I can see you totally getting into it. I'm
No,
not gonna lie.
seriously. Like I low key kind of have anger problems sometimes,
You
and
kind
so
of
that's like
do.
no, it's really nice. Sometimes I'll be, like, really getting it. I'm like,
I
like,
bet.
just letting out my anger. It's so nice. So,
I would love
um
that too, I bet. I need to try that when I
yeah.
come visit you.
No, seriously, it's amazing. but I just started working out. Otherwise, I would just go on like walks. I couldn't commit to working out
You're
every day
outside
without
all the time. Being outside is really helpful.
everything. Everything.
The
Sitting in the
sun,
sun, sitting in the sunshine is everything. Another thing that also we should talk about this a little bit, which
what?
is this is a good point to make. I was gonna say for me, like be like I have a relationship with God, and that's really like helpful of being like just in prayer and like kind of like meditating and even just like spending time in like the Bible and reading
Mhm.
and podcasts and stuff like that. Like I do feel at peace on that. But I think it's important to note that I think a lot of times people think that you can just turn to that and like your worries and anxieties are gone.
Mm.
And there's this also this mental health like stigma in the church, I would say, of like you don't need to be on medicine, you don't need to do these things because you have God. But it's like,
I didn't know
no,
that.
if you have cancer, like you have to go get medicine. If you
Yeah.
have chemical imbalance in your brain, you need to get medicine, or you
Yeah.
need to get help beyond just like praying to God, you know? And I think that absolutely still needs to be something that you're praying about. If anyone's listening and is like a Christian and struggling with mental health, like it doesn't just go away because you pray for it. Absolutely, you should still be praying about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
I
it's
get exactly
still,
what you're saying, and I honestly didn't know because I don't really go to church, but I didn't know that it
yeah.
was kind of a stigma. So that's interesting.
It's I think it's becoming less of a thing, but it's definitely something of people think that God would just
Like
remove
God is
all
all
of
you
your
need. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like that's true. It's all that you should like trust in, but I think also there's times when you have to trust and you have to go to medical professionals for things in the same way that you would if you're unhealthy in any other way in your
See,
body and need
I like
medical
your
help.
point about the cancer because I feel like people should treat mental health like
Mhm.
physical health. When you're sick, you go to the
Exactly.
doctor. So like
Yep.
why when you're sad or you're depressed or
Yeah.
whatever your issue is, why is it not normal for you to go get help,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
And
the
I
same
think that
thing.
even there's even a I feel that same way about like therapy and
Yeah.
I never ended up going to a therapist. I tried and it was super expensive and I was like I can't do that. Um but I think that that's so important. And honestly, I say this and I should go myself, but I literally think everyone could benefit from therapy or counseling.
Oh, I agree. I just wish it was more accessible. It freaking
Yeah,
sucks that like
it's so
here in
expensive.
America, in order to like get the mental
Mhm.
health help that you need, like it's literally not affordable. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I reached out to like 2 or 3 therapists and like
Mhm.
nowhere near affordable. The only reason I could go to
No.
therapy is because it's free with my schooling.
Yep.
Otherwise, I don't know if I could afford it for years from now. It's very
Yeah.
expensive.
It is. It's crazy. It's sad.
It is very
Um,
sad.
I think that there's probably like maybe some cheaper options and like some resources. Obviously, there's like BetterHelp. I know that's one like online, and there's things that are probably, but I don't know.
I hope there
Anyways,
is at least that people know of. I don't
yeah,
know of it. They
we should maybe drop some resources if we found some. But
yeah.
yeah, anyways, all that to be said, my faith helped. It's a factor. It definitely helped. It makes me feel at peace, but there's still times when I'm struggling with anxiety, and that doesn't just solve it. But exercising, being in the sun, which was hard also because you go through like winter and there's no sun and there's no warmth, and
Oh
that's
my
hard.
god,
But
that's what I hate about freaking Kansas, dude. I swear, every winter I am like actually more sad. Like today,
yeah,
the sun is out and it's like 80 and I was like hyper all
it's
day. I'm like I'm a
everything.
new person.
Yes, yeah. No, it really is a mood changer for
The
sure.
sun is everything. But I did want to go back to your point about spirituality because I
Hmm.
feel like people that are spiritual or religious like that definitely can be like a huge comfort to them and like it
Yeah,
feels like someone's there for you, you know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah.
So I
No, I
totally
think
understand that.
it's huge. It really is. And there's also like a lot of like for me, this is always confusing because like a Bible verse to other people may not mean anything if they don't like believe the word of God and like
Mhm.
trust it. But I like believe it and want to like live my life on it. But there's so many verses about like anxieties and worries and stuff that are like really good to like memorize and like repeat and stuff, and
Mhm.
that's always really helpful. And even just like praying, like I feel like praying and meditating are so similar, and
I
I
agree.
think can be like interlocked even. But just like I think praying is almost like a journal, and it's like a
Mhm.
way of like getting all my cares and thoughts and worries out.
Yeah,
and
no, I agree.
like
And
feel like I'm talking to someone. So
because I'm not religious, but I would say I'm spiritual. Like, I
yeah.
love to write my feelings down. I love to meditate. And, like, when I'm
Mhm.
meditating, I'm almost kind of praying because I'm thinking about, like, things like, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain. But I feel like they kind of interlock
Yeah,
sometimes, like, depending on what your
I do
beliefs
too,
and preferences are.
for sure.
We got into a little
Yeah.
tangent there, but
Yeah, no, I think it's a good I think it's
good
a
outlet.
helpful, yeah, resource, honestly. That's one of those things that also something that I noticed right when I was having really bad anxiety was like alcohol was so bad
Oh,
for it. I
horrible.
had to I don't drink a lot of alcohol, but I will like have a glass of wine like on my weekends, and I was like, I can't have any alcohol for like a month. Like
Yeah.
I would notice like immediately it was like spiking through the roof whenever I would have a sip of alcohol. It's crazy, but it's so like even if you don't think you're anxious in the moment, but then you drink alcohol, I swear it like
Oh, it's a depressant, and also
yeah.
you're technically not supposed to drink when you're on antidepressants,
Mhm.
which I just hate that. Like, I feel like my life so much revolves around alcohol, like
Yeah.
going out to dinner, going out for drinks, like wanting to hang out with your
Yeah.
friends on the weekend. Like, sometimes I genuinely do want to like just skip the alcohol, but like I almost feel
Yeah.
like I have to have at least one drink, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to, but like
I know it.
culture, our society is just very much like wrapped around alcohol. It just is.
Yeah. No, it really
And
is.
it's anxiety provoking for sure.
It is. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ugh, yeah,
It's
it
ridiculous, but
sucks.
that was something else I remember noticing being like, "Okay, that's not good for me."
Yeah, I very much agree. What are some like tangible things, like um some of the this or that that I put on the story that makes you like
Mm.
feel better about yourself?
Oh my gosh, I wanna look at them. I kinda forgot what they were.
Yeah, I guess we could go to the stories, but I put like a few ideas of things that make
Yeah.
me feel better.
Well, then you go, and I'll be
Okay.
around. I'll go after you.
So let's see. On the Hi Bestie Instagram, I said things like face masks.
Mhm.
Let me turn on my Wi-Fi here. Ice rolling or gua sha, nights in with friends or girls' night out, walks, gym. We talked about that quite a bit.
Mhm.
Ooh, I love to read. Makes me feel so
Yes.
much less anxious.
Yes. Well, it's another like you're taking your mind off of this
Yes.
world and everything crazy that's happening, and you're not on just scrolling on social media.
Yes.
Instead, you're I love that's a good idea, especially I really love reading fiction books because I'm like thinking I'm like in this other world
It's
in
an
this other
escape.
life.
It's the
It is.
best.
It is. That's a really good one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Which also, one of the this or that that I was really interested in seeing the results is night in or out with friends, like what
Mm.
makes you feel better. And
Oh.
65% said night in, which I totally get.
Oh, 100%. And
Yeah.
I also along with that, something that I really love that makes me feel good is baking. I don't love cooking like dinner
Really?
as much, but I love baking, like baking some cookies or oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's everything to me.
I never bake. I don't know why.
Oh my gosh, it makes me feel so happy.
I
Sometimes I'll
should.
bake cookies and legit like throw them away because I don't even I like I used to just it would be just me, like I had no friends when I first moved here and I would bake stuff and
Just
like
therapeutic.
I can't eat a whole thing of cookies, like 20
Right.
cookies. So I would bake them and just be like, "Well, I don't even have any need for these. I don't even want them, but I just wanted to bake."
Yeah. I've always wanted to bake a cake. I've never baked a cake ever.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that wild?
Dylan, if you're listening, have a date night with this girl and bake a cake with her. Oh
We
my gosh.
should, honestly. We
That
both like
sounds so
don't
fun.
we both don't like sweets, but like it'd be fun.
Oh my gosh, I wish I didn't. That's so fun. You've never baked a cake like from scratch
Never.
or like a box.
Never. Either or. I never
That's
have.
it's
Personally.
funny because it's funny how we grew up so different because my mom like all we did was bake all the time. It's like
Really?
one of my bake cookies all the time, cakes all the time, cupcakes. Like we are such a baking family and still are, and that's why I love
My
it so much.
mom loves to bake, but I would just sit there and wait for her to be done and I would eat it. I
Really, you
never
know,
helped her ever. My hair is messing
oh
up.
my gosh,
Yeah, I should have though, and now I don't know how to freaking bake.
you didn't bake with your mom growing up, and it shows.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Gosh.
I'm just kidding. Oh,
But
that's
those
funny.
polls were fun. Let's see what
Yeah.
else. Some good results. 65% of people like long walks. Not
Over
surprised by
working out.
that.
I feel like I think if you're like in a really deep, dark pit of anxiety or depression, I
go
think
on a walk.
working out is like asking too much of yourself.
Oh, you think?
What did I say? Going on a walk?
Yeah.
I meant
No,
working
you said
out.
the gym. You said the gym. I get what you're saying
Okay.
now.
Yeah, like I think being like I'm gonna go work out and sweat and get like that's too much. I
So
think
out for a
go
walk instead. Okay.
yes. I
Yeah.
think if you're like I mean that's an opinion based thing. That's not like factual, but for me personally, I was like I cannot. I don't have the motivation to get up and go to the gym, but
No,
I
I
could get
get
up.
that.
Like I could go walk. That
Yeah.
sounds nice, and that's just as good. And honestly, also like I would try to run a little bit, like walk a couple
Yeah.
steps and like run a little ways. That would feel good too. But
Especially if you have a dog, it's like an easy excuse to just get outside and go on a walk, you know?
he saved my life. He's my mood booster.
Oh,
Him.
Finny.
I'm not kidding you. If you can find an animal to love on, like that's everything. There was like times where I was like, I have no reason to not no reason to live. I'm not suicidal and I never was in my anxiety, but
Just in
I
a low
remember
mood.
just very, very low, being like, this is really bad. Like I'm really anxious
Yeah.
and like having a panic attack, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And being like, he just was so perfect and just
Ugh.
love I
They're
just
your
love
best
on him.
friend. They're just so.
Yeah, they're everything. And he was the best for me. So
I know. I love Phoebe too. I love just having something
yeah,
to
it
cuddle,
brings
and
you so much joy.
it
So
does.
even if you can't commit to getting an animal, maybe like go to the shelter and like play with some pets or find no. If you have a friend that has a dog, I guarantee they would let you play with their dog. Like take their
Heck
dog on a
yes. It's
walk or
nice to have a break
something.
from your dog.
I
As
would
much as
love
you
that.
love them, like it is nice to have a break from your dog because
Yeah,
they require a lot of energy.
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope that
Well,
people walked away with something or at least
yeah.
related, you know?
Yeah, and if you feel like you also, I'm sure that people that don't know us well, it would be really easy to look at our Instagrams and look at our life and be like they're perfect, but like know that
Yeah.
we're not. Like
Heck no. Oh my God.
there's low moments in anybody's life, but I think it's
Yes.
good to just talk about it and be like, yeah, I have anxiety. So what? I can't help it and I'm getting help for it,
Working
but
through it.
yeah. And it doesn't make me less of a person. It doesn't make me weird. It doesn't make us
No.
screwed up, like unlovable. I think that's another thing that people feel like of I don't know, not worthy or something, but
Yeah, 100%. You just feel like something's wrong with
it's
you.
just
But that's not the
yeah.
case, guys. We're fine.
No. We are good. We just got a little chemical screwed up and we're just living in
Little chemical.
a little crazy world and a crazy society and trying to deal with a lot and we're adjusting and we're women and we're
Yes.
all the things. So
Also, if you are someone that is in the thick of being super anxious right now or depressed or whatever,
mhm.
just take a deep breath, maybe turn off your phone, get outside if
Yes.
you live somewhere warm. You don't
Yeah.
even have to walk. Just sit on a
Sit in the sunshine. Just
yes.
literally bask in the sun.
Yes, and just know that everything's going to be all right and you'll get through it.
Yeah. Say a little prayer, a little meditation.
Yes.
Pray for some peace.
You
It
got
does work,
this.
but
Life
I
is
love that.
awesome.
It gets better. We both are in a much better place than we were like 6 months ago mentally.
Yeah,
So
honestly, I agree. And when you're in it, you don't know if it's going to get better, but it definitely does.
yeah.
So,
And go talk to someone professional if you need to. I would love that.
yes, if you can, do it.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay, so next week, bestie,
Hi,
episode
bestie.
9. Oh my
Oh my god.
gosh.
We're just moving along.
I know. Okay, I really like your idea. I think we need to talk some pop culture.
Yes. So we got a lot of good feedback on last week's of like trendy fashion. People liked
People did
doing
like that.
we got a lot of good. So I think it would be fun to do like a pop culture. And we thought of this because Ashley shared on her story Kim K and Pete Davidson, and I responded and said, I don't like them. And she was like, really? She says, we should talk about this on the podcast.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, because there are a lot of like pop culture topics of things that are probably like we think differently and stuff. So I think it'd be fun.
Oh my god, there's a lot going on now. We can talk about the Will and Jada controversy too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
that's
my
gonna be a good
gosh.
one, guys.
Okay, yeah. We could even do a poll on Instagram because those are fun.
I actually really do like doing polls. I like knowing what you
Yeah.
guys think too. So
I do too, and I like seeing who's like involved and who's
yeah.
participating in our stuff. And so another thing that I had that I got a recommendation is someone said we should do a giveaway.
Ooh,
Wouldn't that be
okay.
fun?
Yes, definitely. I like that idea.
Yeah. So maybe we should
Hmm.
be on our Insta of like getting because that helps our get our like
True.
engagement up as
Very
well.
true.
We could
Okay.
do like a follow and share to your story for an entry.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea. We'll have to think about what we
Yeah.
want to give away.
Yeah. What's something like hi bestie fun
Right.
bestie friend related?
Okay, that's exciting. That gives us something to think
Hmm.
about. So I would say
Stay
100%
tuned.
bop culture.
Bop culture, baby.
Bop
Let's
culture.
do it.
Pop culture coming up and a giveaway is definitely going to happen. That's a perfect idea.
Giveaway on the horizon. Stay
Yes,
tuned.
100%.
I love that. That'll be
Okay,
fun.
besties, I hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
this episode. Give us feedback, please. Leave a review. We need more reviews.
And let us know if you're listening from another country, from another city, if you don't know us. And also,
Yes.
let us know if you're listening on Spotify, because hopefully we get it up.
Yes, this needs to go on Spotify. And if seriously, if you are not from Kansas, DM us right now and tell us where
Please.
you're listening from. Please, at Hi Bestie Podcast.
Please, I'm begging
We're
you.
begging. No.
Oh,
All right.
I love it. Love you, bestie.
Love
Glad we get to
you.
catch up after a week off.
Same. It was so
See
fun. Bye, besties.
you guys next week. Bye, Kiki. Love you, bestie.
Bye. Love you.